Hey, what is going on, guys? It is your good friend Matt. We're back again here today at the only place that we always can be. You already know that's Matt's Wrestling Collectibles right here on YouTube. Guys, we're going to jump into it just as I promised, just as to be expected. We're doing the SummerSlam post-show review. Of course, this is SummerSlam 2024. This just took place last night, so we are doing this review today. And wow, I'll tell you, this is going to be a good one because I did not expect a lot of what happened last night, and that is very clear from my my evidently bad picks. But you know, hey, sometimes we all have a bad night, right? Sometimes we want to see what we want to see, and we don't want to see what the story wants us to see. And so we're going to jump right into it today, guys. There's a lot to go over here, and but I will say before we start this, maybe best top 5 SummerSlams of all time. I don't know. You let me know in the comments. What do you think? Is this the best SummerSlam we've ever had? Is it top 5? Is it top 10? Does it not even come close? I don't know. You guys let me know in the comments below. But let's just jump into this one right off the rip here. First match of the night, we got Liv Morgan. She was originally defending her title, her Women's World Championship, against none other than the Judgment Day's Rhea Ripley. And she did retain. She does walk out with the championship, Liv being the retaining winner of the WWE Women's World Championship. But wow, what a turn of events. I did not expect Dom to actually fully turn on this one. I really thought this was going to play out to be exactly what it was. I don't know. A lot of things that I guess you could say that were writing on the wall, but I really do think that this was a complete swerve. I did not expect it. I did not think that it was going to happen. I knew Dom was going to have some type of interference. I more so expected it to be, if anything, I expected it to be Dom coming down, interfering to help Rhea win. It doesn't work out. Rhea loses, and then the Judgment Day has more issues. We continue the story. It continues to go on and on, but obviously, what a swerve that was. What a change in events that was. Amazing. I'm very happy to see that. I mean, I definitely wanted to see Rhea with the strap back on and, you know, with the world title back over her shoulder, but it just wasn't in the cards last night. So Dom interferes, helps Liv retain the World Heavyweight Championship. Obviously, a new love angle, a new love triangle, maybe going somewhere here. What is in store for the Judgment Day at this moment, we don't know. But definitely a clear-cut Dom Mysterio leaving the Judgment Day, or could it have been that Rhea gets thrown out of the Judgment Day, right? A lot of questions at this time. And as the night progresses, here we go into the next match, which was Braun Breaker defeating Sami Zayn and becoming the new Intercontinental Champion. A great match, very well deserved. I really, you know, even in the video that I did yesterday that was prior to this, you know, the pre-show predictions and review, I really and truly thought that Braun Breaker was going to win this, but I said, you know, Sami Zayn, I'm like, he's had the belt now for, what is it, you know, 3 or 4 months since WrestleMania, and I'm just like, you know, do they really want him to lose after conquering Gunther, you know, who had the longest reigning IC championship run of all time? So I'm kind of saying to myself, I'm like, well, Gunther had 666 days. I don't think that they're going to let Sami Zayn run with the title for over 2 years. But I definitely thought at that time, I said, well, you know, we'll probably at least see Sami Zayn maybe getting this title run to go until, who knows, maybe WrestleMania of next year, you know, something like that. But unfortunately and fortunately, that did not happen, and Braun Breaker defeats Sami Zayn last night. An incredible match. Braun Breaker is just showing, I think, time and time again that he is a very impressive athlete. I mean, the amount of strength and speed that he has is incredible. When he takes off running, I mean, I'm just... there's nobody, I don't think anybody in WWE that might catch him in a foot race. I mean, granted, I don't know. Maybe that'll be something we have to see. Maybe WWE will put that up as a YouTube video someday. Maybe if this gets back to them. That would be great, huh? See who is the fastest foot running racer of the WWE, right? That would be pretty cool. But I think Braun Breaker definitely got to be up there. He has an immense amount of burst speed, you know, lightning burst of speed. And a well-deserved title to Braun Breaker. I can't wait to see what goes on for him from here. And, hey, We're 0-2 on the night at this point. Up next, thank God, LA Knight. Yeah, he did the job for me. He made it happen. He put us up at least 1 on the night, 1-2 on the night at this point. LA Knight defeating Logan Paul to become the new United States champion. And before I even get into that match, I do want to just say that I thought it was cool that MGK was there. I think it's cool that they're keeping MGK around. For quite some time, MGK seemed to be like the musical voice for John Cena for a few years there, and he was around as well as Flow Rider. Flow Rider having a lot of time spent in WWE, a lot of influence with them. And then we saw The Weeknd, who had now I think like 3 WrestleManias in a row or something like that. He's done the theme song for. So we've had The Weeknd around, MGK still around. So it was pretty cool to see him, especially being in Cleveland. They want to get a lot of Cleveland stars out there. And a big shout out to Jelly Roll, who started off the night doing the SummerSlam theme song live, and I really did like that. I thought that was great. I like him a lot as a person. I've watched a lot of interviews on him, so very nice to see him out there performing and being a part of the WWE universe at this time. So without further ado, we jump into the match itself. And like I said, Logan Paul, an amazing performance. I not many title defenses with this United States Championship, but he is definitely an amazing athlete. There's no doubting that. Anybody who thinks that he is non-deserving of being in the WWE, I don't know. I think that they would be far wrong on that. He is a great talent, very, very athletic, brings a lot to the story, a lot to the mainstream media, which is nice. And I think that him having that belt for that significant amount of time, and even though, like I said, it wasn't a lot of title defenses, but between Kevin Owens, Randy Orton, LA Knight, I want to say I think he also had Ricochet in there as well. So, I mean, he did have a few good names under the belt over the time of this whole run. I really was happy to see LA Knight get that. Again, very well deserved. Very happy to see that. And, a great match. I definitely think that LA Knight more than deserving of getting a title over his shoulder or around his waist as he progresses to ascend into this superstardom that he has had for quite some time now. An amazing athlete. Has the look, can definitely talk, that is for sure. A master of the microphone at that, and I really do like LA Knight. Also, too, as we saw last night, the Prime Hydration Station, as always, ringside at these events, and SummerSlam exclusive Prime bottle. That is very cool. Very, very excited to see that. Might have to add that to the collection, so hopefully we'll be able to find one of those down the road and not pay too astronomical of a price. But again, to a lot of the comments I've seen out there so far on those being sold online, a lot of people have to remember it costs a lot of money to get in that building. It costs a lot of money to be at that event. So if you didn't get one of those, if you can't find them anywhere else, you got to pay to play, guys. So always remember that. Up next, we are now even at 2 for 2 on the night. Thanking my lucky stars at this moment as we go through the night. Nia Jax defeated Bayley. It was something I called. I mean, I think we saw this one coming. It was definitely something that I definitely saw coming. I mean, there was no doubt in my mind that Nia Jax was winning this match. If they didn't have that happen, I think that would have been maybe the biggest swerve or surprise of the night. Of course, I did know that Tiffany Stratton would have some type of interference, obviously leaning towards Nia Jax. At the end of the match, I did see her staring up at that title a few good times, playing into the story, playing into the character of everything that's going on. I am looking forward to seeing her and what's going to happen with this. Does she cash in on the Women's World Champion? Does she cash in on the WWE Women's Champion? We will see. It is to be determined, but I was very surprised last night. I thought she was going to hit Nia over the back of the head with that briefcase when they turned around. And I said this would be crazy. A double lane change yet again, not only at WrestleMania, but here again at SummerSlam. But, God, what a match. Great match. Nia looking great out there. I think she's proven herself to be getting much, much better in the ring. But you know what? I also think that accredits a lot to what's going on behind the scenes at WWE. I think a lot has changed, and it's showing all the way around. It's very well rounded now between, Triple H taking care of a big large amount of what goes on. Shawn Michaels playing a big role into things. I believe, you see that really coming full circle between not only the product and the presentation, but the actual wrestling and the ability of these people, all the people that are working with them, obviously, within their performance centers and stuff like that. So, again, amazing. You know, happy to see these matches happening. Happy to see this great production of everything. And now that everything is under this TKO umbrella and, you know, UFC, WWE coming together under all of that, it is nice to see the production of everything. Just seems like it's better. Seems like it has become a much better show. Unless you're talking about UFC going back just a couple of weeks ago, UFC 304 or 305, 303. God, I don't even, who knows what the numbers are anymore these days, right? I believe it was 305 or 304, something like that. We just had a little bit of production issues with that as a pay-per-view, but love the UFC, love watching them as well, and was just like I said, it's so cool to see this kind of all come full circle. And especially being somebody who's been watching the UFC now pretty religiously since about 2016-ish, 2016, 2017. I haven't missed an event, haven't missed a fight night, pay-per-view, anything. So it's quite cool to see it all come together, like I said. Up next, putting us back on the losing side, I go back down now to 2-3 on the night with Drew McIntyre defeating CM Punk. Originally, I thought CM Punk needed to get this win. As the match went on, as the theatrical of it, you know, the theatrics, the cinema of it, if you will, as that continued to play on, I realized as that match was progressing, I said, you know what, CM Punk doesn't need to win this match. However, he was already my pick. You know, those are locked in. They don't change. They can't change. You know, the live odds are not in our favor on this one, right? But so CM Punk losing to Drew McIntyre, Seth Rollins playing roles on both sides of this. Wouldn't necessarily call it a screw job by any means. I think he was a great key to the match as well as it's going to continue to play out over time. Drew McIntyre getting this win, I do believe, was very much the case that needed to happen as much as we wanted Punk, or most of us wanted Punk to win. But Punk looked great. Punk seemingly in much better shape. I think a lot of maybe the initial bugs, the injury-prone stuff, hopefully now coming to an end. Again, guys, we watch these athletes, these performers. We're watching them grow up for so long, so many years. I mean, I was watching CM Punk back in 2005, 2006. So, you know, to think that we're coming up on 20 years of just me watching CM Punk, not to include everything else that came before that. But, you know, these guys, it's like anything. They can stay in the greatest of shape, but time does play a factor in a lot of things. So hopefully we see a great continuance of time for CM Punk, and you know, like I said, Drew McIntyre getting that victory, I think is key to this. It will play into the role of what continues to happen. And at first, I said I don't think we need to see CM Punk playing in an underdog story. I don't really think it needs to be that way, but maybe it does need to be that way. And who knows, as the time goes, as the story projects, as everything gets spun into this narrative, hopefully we will see a great turnout as this comes to a final chapter at some point down the road. I don't think it has ended yet by any means. We have quite some time to go. So that was, though, a great match, like I said, and put us at 2-3 on the night. Up next, the biggest surprise of the night for me, and putting us at 2-4, Gunther defeats Damian Priest, new World Heavyweight Champion, and wow, what can we say? Finn Balor putting the nail in the coffin. What is the Judgment Day now? It's so tough. Do we see, and I don't want to get into this too much off the match, but do we see Damian Priest and Rhea Ripley still stay within the Judgment Day? What's the deal with Carlito? What's the deal with JD McDonough? What is the deal here? Do we see Dom and Finn out? Do we see a faction amongst something else? Do we see a battle of new faction versus old faction? A Judgment Day 2.0 versus Judgment Day OGs, something like that, right? Who knows where this will get spun to, what this narrative will become, but it is an amazing, amazing story, and I'm so grateful to be able to see it from start to finish, from, when Edge originally started this whole Judgment Day thing, and now coming into this, basically 2 years later, how crazy this all is. But Gunther, wow, what can we say about this? He is the new World Heavyweight Champion. It's amazing. Definitely a surprise to me. It was one of those things where I thought, Do we see Gunther go from being the most dominant guy to now taking losses? Is that how we're going to go with it? But apparently not. Gunther is the new World Heavyweight Champion. Damian Priest, unfortunately, the reign comes to an end. But Damian Priest, I think, definitely was a great fit for the World Heavyweight Championship in that time frame between, the stuff with Seth Rollins, Drew McIntyre, and as well as CM Punk, and now Gunther as well. So very cool to see this all play out. What will we see come tomorrow night on Monday Night Raw? That is to be determined. We will maybe get into that on Tuesday, as this is just such a great story at this point. We might have to keep following it and covering it. But the Judgment Day looking to implode or explode all within the same night of SummerSlam. So we'll see what happens with them. Hopefully it's something that we can see spun off into more storylines and more matches and some cool stuff ahead. That would be definitely something I'd like to see. Gunther facing Damian Priest, obviously. Again, Gunther facing Finn Balor. Finn Balor facing Damian Priest. There's a lot of stuff here. A lot of options on the table. So we will see what happens. As well as Damian Priest versus Dominic Mysterio. That might also be on the table. So we'll see what happens there. And up next, it is the final match of the night. It puts us at 3-4 on the night. Cody Rhodes retains the WWE Championship against none other than Solo Sikoa, the man who thought he was the new tribal chief, but I don't think that is the case. As we saw last night, the bloodline interferes. Can we yawn? Can we take a big deep breath here and just say, let's forget all about this, because we already knew that was coming. The bloodline interfering. Some bad news though coming along with that, as they did say that Jacob Fatu may have injured his leg or ankle or foot, something in that area. So hopefully nothing major. We don't want to see anything bad happening to Jacob Fatu, especially this early into him becoming so mainstream and on your screen and just, screen time continuously. We want to see some matches with him hopefully soon. So praying that is not a significant injury, and hopefully something that can be a short recovery. We did see a photo following it with him wearing a boot. I don't know what source that came from, but hopefully reliable enough to know that he is up and walking on his own, and we'll see what happens there. But bloodline interference, we already knew that was coming. We got the interference of Cody Rhodes. We got the interference of Kevin Owens and Randy Orton. And that was very cool to see, of course, adding a little bit more factor to it. But I think we knew that was coming anyway. The pre-match conversation between Cody and Arn Anderson, I think that was awesome. Definitely a great addition to what we got to see, somatic wise, theatrics, all that stuff. It was very cool to add that, as well as adding the final walk of Pharaoh, the amazing, dog that has stood by the side of Cody Rhodes over all these years. Just what an amazing, just like I keep saying, just it brings everything so full circle. I mean, we got Arn Anderson in this, we've got the dog, we've got just so much that played into this match. And then you have the return of Roman Reigns after all of this. And guys, I said it the other day, I did not expect Roman Reigns to come back. I thought, maybe, as they say, the heart grows fonder as you continue to miss somebody, as you continue to be away from them. So I thought maybe the Roman Reigns character would be away a little bit longer. And only because, like I said, April till August, WrestleMania to SummerSlam, we're only 4 months. I figured maybe we give Roman Reigns a little bit more time off. Maybe we see him off for, 6 or 8 months. But Roman Reigns returns. Wow, what an amazing return though it was. The roof blew off the place. Roman Reigns comes down to the ring. He takes out Solo Sikoa, and just absolutely amazing to put him down. Cody Rhodes hits him with the crossroads, hits the 1-2-3, looking up at Roman Reigns the whole time, realizing that as much as they may have hated themselves, maybe there was an entity that is now being hated more than they could hate each other. So wow, what a match card, what a night. The Roman return again, what a way to close out the show, and Cody Rhodes, getting that victory. So amazing to see that. But guys, we went 3 for 7 on the night. You know, 3, well, technically we did 3 and 4 on the night, but we got 3 out of 7 on the night correct. It's only 42%. Not a great night at all, but like I said, sometimes we have these nights. Sometimes we have these these bad predictions. But, you know, like I said, as far as it went for the night, I really wanted to see Rhea take that. You know, I thought Sami Zayn would retain off of the fact of such a large victory over the longest reigning IC champion of Gunther at WrestleMania. Thought that would continue. Was very happy to be correct about LA Knight. Was very happy to be correct again about Nia Jax, as I, you know, just figured that was exactly what we were going to see. The Drew McIntyre victory, like I said, made a lot more sense as the match went on, but we lost that one again with CM Punk taking the defeat. Gunther, biggest surprise of the night, but again, all making much more sense as we continue to play into this, as the Dominic Mysterio issue in the earlier part of the night leads into the Finn Balor part of what we just saw later in the night. So that all making sense again. And we wrapped up the night with Cody Rhodes retaining the WWE Championship, the WWE Undisputed Championship, with a little help from the greatest, most longest reigning WWE Undisputed Champion of all time, none other than Roman Reigns. But again, guys, you know, Roman's reign might have to restart sometime down the road here. Who knows what we will see from that, what we will see from Roman, the Bloodline, Cody Rhodes. But I can tell you what you will see. You will see more videos from me, from Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, and of course, we're going to try to keep pumping these out day by day, at least, you know, out of a 7-day week. I'm hoping to give you guys 4 or 5 videos at least, as well as the shorts. You know, we do a lot of these figure shorts, and I do different figures and little cool short videos on the figures, and gives you a little close-up of the figure itself, so definitely be sure to check those out as well. If you haven't already, guys, do me one of 3 favors, if not all 3. I'd really appreciate for all 3, but if I could get one out of all of those, I definitely want you guys to get over to the channel, hit that subscribe button, and if you can after that, hit the like button on this video, comment on this video, tell me what were your picks for SummerSlam. Were you happy? Were you sad? Is it top 5 SummerSlams of all time? Is it top 10 SummerSlams of all time? Or is it not even in the top 10 or anywhere near it? Did you hate this SummerSlam? Was it the worst SummerSlam you've ever seen? I don't know, but that's up for you to decide. Put it in the comments below. Guys, I'm running out of time here. I'm running out of breath. I'm running out of words because I haven't had a drink yet. We're going to have to take a little sip of the Red Bull over here. Not the SummerSlam Prime, unfortunately, but we're going to have to do that and wrap up this video. Guys, for myself, for Matt's Wrestling Collectibles, obviously the place you can always find me and always can see me. This has been the SummerSlam 2024 review, and until the next video, I will see you all there. Stay safe and stay tuned.